Hello, everybody. Hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay, this is a little bit different of a setup. I know it's kind of crazy, but hopefully it's working. I'm going to see if it's working now. Yes, okay. So this is a bit of a different setup, but we're actually going to be doing a little PowerPoint tonight to talk about what eye shape you have. So do me a favor, tap the hearts. Let me here. Let me know you're excited. Do me a favor and let me know if you're catching me live or on the replay. Here's how you know if you're catching me live. There's a red bar at the top of your screen that says live. Use hashtag live tribe. But if that bar is not there, you've caught me on the replay. Be sure to use hashtag, not hashtag. Oh my goodness. Be sure to let me know what time it is, where you're watching, and where you're watching from. Because I always like to know. Oops. I always like to know where you're catching me from. Hello, everybody. Hello. All right, let's hop into it. So Bootcamp Class 7 is all about what eye shape do you have. You have to know your eye shape to really have any understanding of eye shadow. So kind of walk through. I have examples, I have pictures, I have notes, so we're just going to hop right into it, okay? Because I want to keep this short so you're not here forever trying to figure out what eye shape you have. So first things first, let's talk about almond eyes. These are the ideal shapes. Hands down, like my favorite eye shapes to work with because they have a defined crease and they have a defined lid. There's not a lot of detail on an almond eye, but I'll give you an example of someone with almond eyes, and that is actually Rihanna. So Rihanna has beautiful almond eyes. They're not set back in the eye too far. They don't protrude too far. They are just the ideal eye shape. So those are almond eyes. The next one is set eyes. These are eyes that sit further back in the eye socket, so they look, for lack of better terms, almost sunken into the eye socket, but they're not, but that's just how they look. So they sit further back. And deep set eyes, we're going to focus a lot on bringing out the lid and the inner corner of the eye. So an example of a deep set eye is actually Jennifer Aniston. As you can see, her eyes sit back just a little bit, and she's focusing a lot on big lashes and then a lot of shimmer in the inner corner and on the actual lid itself. So those are deep set eyes. Now, closed set eyes are different. This is when the inner corner of the eye is closer to the bridge of the nose. So the corner where we typically rub our eyes, that's going to be closer to the bridge of the nose. In this instant, we're actually focusing on bringing color to the outer portion of the eye. And of course, as I get into eyeshadow application, I'm going to show you how to use eyeshadow with each eye shape, but we just want to talk about what kind of eye shape you have for now. Tap the hearts as you hop on. Hello, everybody. All right, so an example of closed set eyes is actually Miley Cyrus. As you can see, her eyes sit closer to the bridge of her nose. She is actually one of the best examples of this because you can very visibly see, and she is bringing darker color outer corner of her eye to accentuate her eyes. So she has closed set eyes. Now the next one is actually the opposite, and that is wide set eyes. These are eyes that are further away from the bridge of the nose. So you notice that there's more space between the bridge of your nose and where your eye actually begins area. With this, we're going to focus on bringing the eyes to look a little closer with eyeshadow. So those are wide set eyes, and an amazing example. And guys, I had to Google how to say this girl, so don't hate me if I say it wrong. But an amazing example of wide set eyes is Amanda Seyfried. I Googled how to say her name. Seyfried. Okay? She has wide set eyes. Notice they're further from the bridge of the nose. There's more distance, and she's bringing in color to kind of draw them closer. So those are wide set eyes. Next up is monolids. On this kind of lid, there is no defined crease and there is extra lid space. So when I say crease, that's where your eye kind of folds. On a monolid, you don't see that fold, but there's a lot of extra lid space. So I had to pick an example of this that a lot of people would know because these are actually kind of not really rare to come by, but not everybody has this one. So I picked, of course, Sandra Oh from Grey's Anatomy. She has the perfect monolid. There's no defined crease, but there is a lot of space to work with. And with this, we're going to focus on shimmery colors and things that just make that lid space stand out and really pop. So those are monolids. Then we have hooded lids. This is one of the most common eye shapes, and that is the lid and the crease are only visible when the eye is closed. When the eye is open, it looks hooded over the lid. That's the only really way I know how to explain it is it just looks hooded over the lid. So with this, we're going to focus on kind of bringing our crease higher, and there's a bunch of different eyeshadow tricks that we're going to get into with hooded lids specifically because I get a lot of questions about them. But the hooded lid is when the lid and the crease are only visible when the eye is closed. An example of hooded lids, I actually pulled two examples. Selena Gomez has hooded lids, and Jennifer Lawrence has hooded lids. So as you can tell, there's not a lot of crease space. There's not any, it looks hooded over the eyelids. So they're focused on their lashes as well as bringing darker colors higher. And liner is a big one with hooded lids. So like I said, we will get into eyeshadow specifically for lids, but I definitely had to show this because this is a really common eye type. Next is eyes. This is when the eye turns further downward. So it looks, as you can tell on this example, the eye is literally just kind of turned down. This is another really common eye shape. And a celebrity example of this to make it, I do celebrity examples because like we all know celebrities and we can see if our eyes look similar. Anne Hathaway actually has downturned lids. As you can see, the outer portion of her eye turns further downward. So it makes her, kind of like a upside down V almost for the eyes. Those outer corners turn further down. So those are downturned lids. Then of course there's the opposite of that one, which is upturned lids. When the eye turns further upward. Literally the exact opposite of downturned lids is upturned eyes. So an example of this one is actually Kendall Jenner. Her upward. So this is like a regular V type shape to the eye. Those are upturned eyes. All of these have eyeshadow tricks to go with them, but upturned eyes, you're going to focus on a lot of shimmer and a lot of cool toned colors. So you've already picked out your eyeshadow colors last night, I hope. Now we're going to talk, now I need you to pick out your eye shape. And then last but not least is prominent eyes. This is an eye shape that has a very visible when the eye is open. And this is also called a protruding eye or eye shape. But I call them prominent because they are prominent. They are the first thing you really see. With this, we focus on bringing depth into the eye. You can have a lot of fun with prominent eyes in terms of eyeshadow. And I'm going to show you an example. Again, this is the last name I had to Google because I have always said it wrong. When I went on Google to find this girl's last name, thank God she had a video of her saying her last name. But I had to Google it. So an example of prominent or protruding eyes is Mila Kunis. I've always said Kunis, it's Kunis. So she has prominent eyes. As you can tell, there's a lot of lid space. It's very visible. Her eyes, in a sense, stick out. Of course, here she has on bolder eyeshadow, which makes them stand out more. But the eye itself stands out. So those are prominent or protruding eyes. So that is all the different types of eye shapes. So, which eye shape do you have? If you're not sure, you have no idea what the picture for 20 minutes, you're like, I don't even know what kind of eye shape I have no fear. Say the word match, M-A-T-C-H, right in the comments. I'm going to shoot you a message. You can send me a selfie of just your face and I can match your eye shape for you. You're going to need to know this as we hop into application of eyeshadow because it is a major part of how we apply our eyeshadow to complement eyes. So be sure to go back, review these. Like I said, check the pictures. You can Google eye shapes to learn a lot more about them and how to pick out yours. But trust me, these are a lot of fun to know because again, we're going to use eyeshadow to really complement these things. Tomorrow night, we're going to get into parts of the eye. I actually mentioned that tonight was going to be that, but I forgot that we hadn't talked eye shape yet. So tomorrow really is going to be in parts of the eye. I'm going to be showing you on my actual eyelid where different parts are. And we're going to talk about how to find those with each eye shape, which is why this was important first. So hopefully you've sat down and you figured out which eye shape you have. If you're not sure, say the word match, M-A-T-C-H below. I will shoot you a message and we will find your eye shape so that as we continue on, you have the perfect understanding of what you are looking for. So anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing, what is it, Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Have an amazing Tuesday night. I will, like I said, back tomorrow to talk about parts of the eye, and we will have some fun there. So I love you guys, and I will see you then. Bye, guys. Sorry, Facebook's going to be weird for a second. Okay.